Right guys, hope you're all doing well, hope you're all keeping safe. A bit of a different format for today's video. I want to start being a bit more visible in my videos, especially the ones which aren't news related. Those videos are very much more kind of scripted and formal. These kind of videos, it's not really needed, so I just wanted to kind of be a bit more visible, make the video maybe a bit more entertaining if I can, a bit more personal, that sort of thing. So let me know how you think about that in the comments down below, and we'll get right to this one. Today I want to talk about the optimization costs, because as you can see from the title of this video, they are insane. Now, I knew they were going to be steep, right? Because I've been watching all the PTS stuff, I've been covering it here on the channel. But I gave the devs the benefit of the doubt, because they said during State of the Game last week, I think it was last week, yeah, State of the Game last week, that it was difficult to really kind of test out where the optimization was landed in terms of costs, because not all of the sources were available. And the reason being is that because some of those sources were Season 4 stuff and they didn't want to reveal the Season 4 stuff, which makes sense. Well, here we are. I've been able to play yesterday I played for about 10 hours yesterday. I've not played today because I've been working, but I will be playing after. I'm probably playing as of me making this video, to be honest. But I played for 10 hours yesterday. All the sources are available, and the verdict is in. And what can I say? I'm never going to have enough time to optimize a full set of gear. Maybe not even a piece of gear if the current costs remain as they are in the future, and they're not changed in any way, shape or form. So let's just take a look at these crazy costs, and let's talk about them. So guys, I'm in the base of operations here, and me and Emma Richards, who apparently really doesn't want to look at the camera here. She's just looking straight on the floor. I never really noticed that. She doesn't want to pay attention at all. But and apparently I've got a fly on my hat. I don't know how he felt that with a hat on, but anyway. So basically, what I wanted to do is just go over the optimization stuff with you guys. Now, yesterday I played for about probably about 10 hours or so. I played from must have been about 11:30 till about 10 o'clock at night. So yeah, about 10 hours or so. I got to season level 38, and within that time, I obviously got a lot of gear on me at the moment. Do you know what? I'm so glad we've got 150 in the inventory slot at this moment in time. But at the moment, this is the amount of gear. Now, most of the gear that I got, whether it be masks or guns or whatever, I got rid of it. Most of it. Not all of it. Like, as you can see, I've got some Empress here. And I'm still trying to get to waveform so that I can make a build and stuff. So there was some stuff that I kept, but for the most part, I got rid of a lot of the stuff that I had. I would say probably 90% of the stuff, probably 95% of the stuff that I picked up, I got rid of. Mainly because I kind of wanted to use it towards those optimization costs. Because, well, we're gonna talk about that right now. So when you consider that I played for about 8-10 hours yesterday, something like that. Now let's have a look at what I picked up in terms of optimization costs, and let's see where we're getting with this. So in terms of rifles here, if I wanted to upgrade my classic M1A, which I would love to do, then I did manage to get enough to actually optimize this. So I got 37 weapons, we got 21 of whatever that other thing is at the bottom, as you can see, 10 of the other thing, and then 9 of the other thing. So I did manage to get enough for this classic M1A, which is great. I mean, it did take a long time. You're looking at probably 8 hours to get that. If I go to the capacitor here, my batteries are low, let's hopefully they don't go out in the middle of this video, then I didn't get enough. I mean, look at the cost of some of this stuff. I mean, I'm using exotics. Let's go to this burnout here. In terms of the actual, I mean, you need 300 assault rifles. Look, I only got 20. You need 300 assault rifle parts to get to be able to optimize this piece of gear, this weapon. 300. I mean, that's insane. 300. I can't believe it. Now, if we go to gear, now the one thing I was working on is this Empress mask. Want to get that skill damage up. Excuse me. To want to get it up. Now, in order to get it from 8.3 to 9.1% skill damage, I need 213 mask weaves. So that's a lot. I mean, I only managed to find 17 masks, which I dismantled and got those things for. So, I mean, what? If we take 8 hours, let's say it was 8 hours, right? And I need 213. You're looking at what? I mean, you're looking at 13 times what I picked up. Probably more, actually. Yeah, it's going to be more than that, actually. And so you're looking at 13 times 8, quick math of, I don't know, 104. So that's 104 hours. 104 hours to get those parts. Now, you can craft stuff, right? You can go in here and craft stuff. So if I go to... I think I can go to masks, I believe, and I think it's near the bottom. Well, I did find it yesterday, but I can't remember where I actually... is it here? Where is it? Oh, it's down here, actually. My bad. So you can actually craft stuff. Now, you need to find the blueprints for this stuff. So for here, for example, I can craft 5 field recon data. It costs 1,000 credits, 100 steel, 100 polycarbonate, and 100 ceramics. So if I wanted to waste all of this stuff, then it's going to be, what, 50... well, only ceramics. You can get up to 1,500 ceramics. So if I was to do that for the whole time, that's 15 times, which is 15 times 5, which is 75. So that would give me 75 field recon. Okay, and that's for if I wasted all of my materials, which to me to get all of those materials back, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some checkpoint farming, not checkpoint, control point farming daily to get that back. And the same for shade recalibration bundle, right? So if we take field recon data and then we take the shade calibration bundle, and let's pop over to here. Now, what is it that needs that stuff? So, if I go on this needs... I think it needs the field recount. It needs 109, I believe that is. Let's have a quick look again. I think there was 109 for that. Yeah, 109. So, I needed 109 for that Empress piece. If I go to somewhere else, let's try this piece here. Skill damage. Here, luckily, I only need 44. But if you're working towards like the top end of stuff, so if you're looking at this, and this will increase, by the way, guys. This is only to make it from 8.3 to 9.1. If I wanted to go from 9.1 to 10, then it's going to be way more. I need 109. So it's going to take what? At least 2.5, probably around 2,500 of each material, plus the credits to get that. But that's only for one. That's only for the one thing, right? That's only for the field recon data. The worst thing about this is that mask weave on this particular piece is going to take forever to get. And I guess that's really the problem, because some of this stuff is fairly easy to get, right? Some of this stuff is, maybe getting that field recon data isn't so bad. Getting that shade stuff, again, if you're crafting this stuff, it's probably not so bad. But because there's so many different things that you have to get, you easily run out of those materials. And because each piece of gear requires 4 or 5 of each different material, all with a high cost, then actually crafting, whilst it's good, is just, again, it's just, you're not going to get enough. If I wanted this mask weave, here it is. You get 10 mask weaves for, and look at that protective fabric on those knee pad weaves, right? 450. So I can only do that 4 times. That's 40 knee pad weaves. If I go and look at my knee pads here, let's see what I can actually optimize. So if I want, I can optimize that. That's fully optimized. Let's say I want to optimize. Let's go down here and see what piece of gear I've got. So let's say I wanted to optimize this Yao gear. So I need 148. Yeah. So that's what, 4 times. That's 4 times that. So I need like 8,000. I need like 8,000 of those materials in order to craft them. And they're not easy to find because, if you're going to dismantle some knee pads, you only get 1. You're not getting like 5 or 10 for each time, which is what I'm going to suggest they do, actually. But also the other thing that, like I said, is concerning is because all of this stuff requires so many different types. Like here, I need 4 different types of currency in order to optimize this piece of gear. In order for me to get the most out of actually grinding for this stuff, is I need to play multiple different activities. So, I can't just go into control points and hopefully get all those materials. That's just not going to happen. I actually have to do other stuff. For example, here, where's this piece of gear? One of these gives us, so this gives us crafting materials, right? And this is a daily project in the Dark Zone. This gives us a crafting blueprint. That's not such a big problem. This gives us another crafting blueprint. I think one of these pieces actually, I may have already did it. One of these gives you, this piece here gives you shade calibration. It gives you 5. Just 5, and that's going to the Dark Zone. Now, some of this stuff is going to make you go into the Summit. It's going to make you go into the Dark Zone. It's going to make you do projects. It's going to make you do stuff that you don't want to do. So, if you're like me and you just like farming control points, right, you can do that. And you'll find that maybe for one of these or maybe 2 of these materials, you know, you're maxing out on those, and it's maybe taking you 8-10 hours or whatever. Well, it's going to take way longer than that. As you've already seen, it's going to take like 100 hours, which is crazy in itself. You know, that alone is crazy. But if you then consider that you're going to have to go and do stuff that you don't want to do, stuff that you've probably been avoiding for a long time, in order to actually go ahead and optimize your piece of gear, then it's kind of twofold. So I guess the solution for me is, firstly, whilst I like the grind, I think there is a line, right? There is a line that you shouldn't go over. So you need a grind, but you also need it to be a grind that's achievable. Once there's a line where you go over that, where you look at the grind and you go, well, if I grind, I'm never going to get that. And I think that's where this has landed, unfortunately. I think this has landed over the line where, you know, I wanted a grind, but I didn't want to look at it and go, do you know what? It doesn't matter how many hours I put into this, I'm never going to get this stuff. It's just too much. And that was from me yesterday playing 8 hours. And I generally only play for like 1 or 2 hours a day if I can, because of IRL and stuff. But so for the majority of people, it's only going to be 1 or 2 hours a day. They're just never going to get enough materials to do this. It's just impossible. And then you consider that on top of that, I also have to go and do activities I don't like, which again, that's not particularly good. But that's it, guys. I just want to talk about the optimization costs. They are insane. I think they've landed on the wrong side of the line. They landed on the part where I'm looking at the grind and going, do you know what? It's just not worth it. It's just so unobtainable. It's not worth my time. And I think they need to really dial it back a little bit. I think having pieces of gear like this that require you to get 4 different currencies, it would be good if we could have targeted currency, right? The same way we got targeted loot. And I might talk about this in another video, but briefly, I want to do this control point, and I really want to target this particular, or these 4 types of currency that I need in order to optimize my piece of gear. I put on those 4, and I can go and do those control points. It just means that I get to do what I love doing, do what I enjoy playing, and I will feel rewarded for it. If that was in it, and also they reduced the cost a bit and just made it obtainable, then I think it will be fine. But at the moment, it's landed on the wrong side of the line, and also it's making me do stuff I just don't want to do. But that's it. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Epic out.